Okay, another video. Yeah, well, whatever. Brain is getting tired. Okay, tired and nicotine deprived. Headaches, you know, but that happens. Headaches happen. All right. So first thing, something on cigarettes first. Yeah, somebody commented on the fact that heroin, you know, has been found to be, you know, nicotine is even more addictive than heroin. It's like rats will like cut off their own mother's head to get nicotine, where, you know, they'll only cut off her legs to get heroin. No, but really, rat studies, they found that, you know, rats will actually kill themselves. They'll starve to death to get nicotine. I mean, it's, you know, that controlling. But anyway, and, you know, there's for the society to tax it and, you know, to just, I mean, the proof that it doesn't work is in the fact that, yeah, I mean, cigarettes, yeah, it's declining, but it's declining slowly. I mean, all the old cigarette smokers are still quitting at about the same rate as they were before, because they're having a real hard time with it, most of them. And it's just cruelty. It's just an absolute cruelty to, you know, tax people who are addicted to something. It doesn't make any sense. They don't have a fucking choice. Oh, this is so annoying. I have to explain addiction to people, and the fact that addiction is personal, you know. So all you assholes, oh, I quit cigarettes and I just said, you know, I just stuck a cotton swab up my nose and I was fine. Well, whatever. It's, you know, it's just bullshit. So anyway, yeah, so another problem is wannabe a Kiwi boys is posting video responses to all my videos just because he knows I'll watch his videos, and so he's just trying to torture me further, just trying to make this making a video thing even more of a punishment. And it's very thoughtful of him, but yeah, I think I might have to hang myself before I quit cigarettes, you know. That's the downside. So anyway, I would suggest looking for his video responses, but please don't. But whatever. So what's next? Okay, so I'm going to post this as a response. We're back on the anarchy thing again. Yeah, I got plenty of time. So I'll post this response to, you know, Luke made 3 videos. I mean, they all weren't 10 minutes, so it's not so bad. And he posted a link to this another guy who made a video, so I'll post this as a response to his video, just because I might as well engage another one of these crazies. And, you know, these people really, I mean, it gets so obvious. I mean, so Bella, you really should. You got your no answers, right? I mean, he gave you completely no answers to all those questions. So you really should be able to figure out that this is just bullshit. And Luke says things like, oh yeah, I'm not an expert on the subject. I haven't read any books. I haven't done anything. I really have no competence and no authority on the subject whatsoever. And then he talks about other people having no right to speak and, you know, having no credible opinion, and he calls me a liar, which is kind of amazing. I mean, it's kind of a bold accusation. I just wish that word didn't just fly out of people's mouths who wouldn't take a challenge, you know, because, you know, I'll challenge anybody. You want to challenge that I'm a liar? Well, go ahead. We'll do that. And let's do it for 10,000 bucks, and we'll both get hooked up to the polygraph, and we'll see who's a fucking liar. And so I don't know what your agenda is, but it seems pretty obvious. I mean, you have no fucking practical way to make any of this work, and yet you would suggest it. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I mean, I understand why the Steph bot might do it, because he obviously has a fucking agenda. I mean, his first agenda is to have his cult, is to sell his fucking books, is to make a living off you dupes. And beyond that, I think, you know, for all his fucking talk and all his bullshit, yeah, I think bottom line, he's probably a racist or something. He wants to go back to monarchy. Okay, because he thinks he's going to be on top of the hill or whatever, or he thinks, you know, his kind will be or whatever. But it's just such bullshit. He thinks he can buy enough guns to secure his future, and that's just bullshit. I mean, this whole idea, you know, this private police force was, you know, the guy I'll respond to. He had the great answer on the private police forces. Oh yeah, and they were so much more efficient. You know why they were more efficient? Because they don't, yeah, it's, of course they're going to be more efficient. The fucking public, you know, look, number one, we should, you know, break government unions. I've suggested that. So obviously a private company is going to be able to create a police force that's going to be more efficient. It's going to be a fucking third the cost. We pay police officers in this fucking town to sit on their ass. We pay them over $100,000 a year. That's the average. The average cop costs over $100,000 a year. It's crazy. So yeah, you can get 3 or 4 or 5, you know, Mexican guys to do that. 6, 7 of them, you know, on bicycles, you know, but whatever. Yeah, so of course you can privatize something, but the price of that is that, yes, it'll be exploitive then. Then we go the other extreme, and that's the problem, is that we have these two fucking extremes, all right? Private exploitanists and a crazy-ass government that ends up getting controlled by the self-interest, by the interest that's getting paid by government. And that's what's got to be broken. You know, and that's the two-party system is what creates that power. And once you break that two-party system, you break that power. Because, no, this isn't what the people would vote for. But you got to. That's the other part you got to realize is that, you know, this whole idea that you think you're going to save money or that people aren't going to be. This is all about, you know, you can tell this whole thing is about taxes. But even Luke says, oh no, I don't think you have to get rid of this, and I don't think you have to get rid of that. So he's already compromising on the principles, you know, that we would have. Oh no, we can still have national police, and we still have national this and national that, and all this other crap. And it's really all about just taxes. That's all it's fucking goddamn about. That's the only thing they hate about government is paying goddamn taxes. And you know, they all think that they just want what they want, period. Okay, nothing else. I mean, he's even basically said it. He just wants to do what he wants to do and be left alone, and that's just not how civilization works, because everybody plays by those rules. We know what fucking's going to happen. Don't bother going there. I'll go with just the basic argument about the cop thing. And security, because it's sort of an important subject. I mean, you can't have anarchy if you don't have security. If there's no way you can catch criminals, there's no way anything, you know, it's just, everybody will just do what they want to do. And we know what people will do. It's historical fact, you know, it's not a big surprise. People will take. People are going to take. And if they can get away with it for free, and there's no penalty, they're going to take a lot. And if you have no way to catch them, you're just doomed. And if you catch them, you know, these private mobs, if you put private mobs in charge, you know what's going to happen. People are going to pay, you know, like I said, if you were going to pay a mafia, you're going to pay the worst, meanest, badass mafia possible. And then that mafia is going to step on some toes, and it's going to be somebody's going to fight back. And if you have no regulations about who has nuclear bombs and who has fucking C4 and who has whatever bazookas and whatever weaponry, it's just no fucking way that shit's not going to get used. No way. So anyway, yeah, you just completely avoided again the you know, I don't have the answer. I don't have to have answers. No, I don't have to have any explanation for, you know, how you regulate things like the Great Lakes and water supply and other infrastructure. No, I don't have to answer any of that. I don't have to answer who's going to own the Mississippi River. No, I don't have to have an answer. No, you're going to suggest that people can live a certain way, yet you don't have to explain how it's possible, how in the practical, real-world universe it can possibly happen. You don't have to explain that. I've made 10 proposals about how to reform government. I will defend them. I will defend every minute inch of them, every centimeter, every millimeter, every nuance. I can explain how it can happen, how it can be implemented exactly, precisely, in detail. I will accept any argument, and I'll listen to it, and I'll respond to it. But I don't get any argument. Yeah, I've got a little bit, and I've responded to it, and that's the end of the argument, because I win the argument. But you don't want to. You're not winning any argument. You just keep reciting the same bullshit. You know, that the government is always wrong. That there's no such thing. You can't have centralization is evil, and centralization is the whole way you create consistency. And there's no reason government has to be the people's enemy, none whatsoever. But you have to have rules. If every baseball team gets to make up the fucking rules of the game, then it's not baseball anymore. Because obviously some teams are going to say, well, we got all 400-pound guys on our team, so we're going to make it tackle baseball. You know, so if you can tackle the guy and knock the ball out of his hand, you're safe. You know, and it's just stupid. And, you know, Pittsburgh got a lot of steel, maybe they can make swords, and so, yeah, it'll be, you know, whoever you can cut in half, oh, yeah, you're safe. Cut them in half, you're safe. You know, it's just no fucking way. It's just idiocy. And so to even have this argument is stupid. And I just can't believe, I mean, look, it's not like there's 4 million of these people, but there's enough of them. They're making goddamn videos. you know, I don't know what the fucking numbers are, but obviously the fact that Ron Paul has gotten the attention he's gotten is an indication there's a lot of jackasses out there who think this bullshit is an answer. And these aren't just, all of them aren't, you know, racist, states' rights bullshit fuckers. They're just duped. They've been duped into thinking that this is the road to freedom, that chaos is the road to freedom, and that's what it fucking is. There's no other word for it. Unenforceable law is chaos. And it's, you know, and we've been there. Like I said, history shows us what fucking is going to happen. There's no fucking mystery about how this is not going to work.